Measles is a disease that can cause ear infections, pneumonia, encephalitis, and in some cases, even death. According to the Center for Disease Control, 3 to 4 million people were infected with measles every year before vaccines were invented. With vaccines, that number dropped to just 55 in the year 2012, barely 1,000th of a percentage of the original cases. But measles is making a comeback, with 4 times as many reported cases in the last 2 years. Why do you think that is? Because more and more people are choosing to forego vaccinations for their children, thanks to a concerted effort known as the anti-vaccination movement. The anti-vaccination movement is exactly what it sounds like. It's an effort by those who believe that vaccinations cause more harm than they prevent. This movement is as wrong as it is dangerous. Foregoing vaccinations will not only put the children you love at risk, but it also puts everyone that they come in contact with at risk as well. As a father of 2 young children, I'm very interested in looking out for them as much as I possibly can. I have a responsibility to God to ensure that they live a long and very healthy life. I've done a lot of research on the topic, and I want to tell you why the anti-vaccination movement should ultimately be rejected. Without the proper context, the reasons for opting out of vaccinations may seem like they make sense. Some celebrities have even advocated for the anti-vaccination movement. Others cite a 1998 paper which linked the MMR vaccine to autism. Still others focus on the ingredients in the vaccines themselves, relying upon fear and misunderstanding to make the vaccines appear dangerous. I'll tell you why these arguments are invalid and should ultimately be rejected. First, I'll explain what vaccines are and how they work. I'll also provide examples for diseases that have been eradicated by these vaccines. Then I'm going to highlight some of the ingredients commonly found in vaccines and discuss whether they're linked to any health issues. Finally, I'm going to address a scientific article that linked vaccines to autism and how it's been thoroughly rejected by the scientific community. So let's start with the basics. What is a vaccine and what does it contain? A vaccine is a biological creation that is designed to improve the body's immune response to certain diseases. Vaccines have 2 primary benefits, both of which are extremely important. First, they help prepare the recipient in the case that they are exposed to the disease in the future. Second, they help stop the spread of otherwise highly contagious diseases such as measles. Vaccines work by triggering a response from the body's immune system. In a healthy immune system, white blood cells can identify foreign substances as dangerous and will destroy them. In doing so, the white blood cell is able to remember the substance and how to destroy it properly. A vaccine can trigger this response by introducing a dead, non-toxic, or significantly weakened version of the disease into the body, which allows the immune system to tag it and then destroy it. What do vaccines contain? Vaccines do contain aluminum. The vaccine will also contain other components which are designed to make it safer and to improve its effectiveness. For example, aluminum salts can increase the body's response to the vaccine, which allows a lower dosage to be used. Formaldehyde is also used to inactivate the bacteria or toxins to make it safer. So what are the benefits of vaccines? Smallpox, which I'll give you an example of how vaccines have worked, is smallpox. According to Science Daily, smallpox killed between 300 to 400 million people in the 1900s. However, with vaccines, smallpox was eradicated completely by 1977. Polio, although it hasn't been completely eradicated, vaccines have significant effects on other diseases. So polio, which caused 20,000 yearly cases of paralysis before the vaccine, now it's eradicated in the US. Some parts of the world still have cases of it. So what are the arguments against vaccination, and why are they wrong? So we'll talk about the first one, which is unsafe ingredients. So why the pushback? A component of the anti-vaccination movement argues that ingredients in the vaccine are unsafe. However, this has been studied extensively, and no significant safety issues have been found. Active bacteria and toxins. The primary ingredient of the vaccine, which is the ingredient designed to trigger an immune system response, has either been killed, detoxified, or significantly weakened. In the great majority of cases, the side effects of a vaccine are a little bit of redness and a very low-grade fever. However, in some cases, there are more significant side effects. This is just like any drug that is taken, and every body responds differently to the drug. Aluminum. So aluminum helps to promote a stronger immune system response, which allows less of the active ingredient to be used. However, because it is a metal, the idea of injecting metal into your body can be scary, and it's a common target of the anti-vaccine proponents. But aluminum is also present in drinking water, it's present in food, it's even present in the air that we breathe. It's been used for over 6 decades in vaccines, and it's been shown to be very safe. A healthy person, even a baby, will process and eliminate the aluminum without a problem. Formaldehyde. This is used to inactivate bacteria or toxins in the vaccines. It's commonly thought of in connection with preserving bodies for funerals, and so it kind of has something a little, scary associated with it. But the truth is that the body produces formaldehyde naturally, and the amount that's in these vaccines is a lot less than what's actually in your body currently. Let's talk about the MMR paper. So even though the overwhelming majority of scientific evidence points to vaccines being safe, a 1998 paper is often cited by the anti-vaccine proponents. This paper, which was actually authored by a British doctor named Andrew Wakefield, suggested that there was a link between the MMR vaccine. The MMR vaccine is mumps, measles, and rubella, and autism. So he was saying there's a mix, or there's a correlation between this vaccine and autism. And this is wrong. Subsequent studies done by several prestigious institutions did not find any link. As it actually turns out, some people that were trying to sue the vaccine companies paid this doctor about $92,000 for this study. So we can't really trust the results of that. Jenny McCarthy also actually cites this paper in her anti-vaccine protest. Jenny McCarthy is not a doctor. She's a celebrity, and what she says really doesn't hold that much weight. And she's even said, even though her son does have autism, her own son's health problems aren't due to the vaccines, like she originally said. Based on this, I hope that you can agree with me that that the science isn't overwhelmingly in favor of vaccines, and not all in favor of the anti-vaccine protesters. To summarize, vaccines have been used for decades. They're safe, they're great. Thanks to vaccines, many diseases have been totally eradicated, and we live in a much safer world today. As I hope you've learned today, vaccines serve a very important function in our society. They keep us healthier, they prevent the spread of illness, and help out society and the general population. I would encourage each of you to read up on vaccines and get all of your children vaccinated as well. Thank you.